Society is something you can't control. You live in society. Nowadays, we're mad at women being 304s. Men are being called out for being too masculine or not masculine at all. Women are being too masculine or not feminine at all. Everybody's playing victim, or one's perception is everybody's a victim. People's preference have been put as superiority or supreme to someone else's preference when it comes to everything in life. We can go from relationships to wealth to status to what you look like, your physical appearance. If you're not 6 foot, if you don't make six figures, and you don't have a six pack, and the list goes on, you're not worthy enough as a man. Sexuality is put on full display everywhere. Egos are on full display everywhere. Everybody's either a tough guy or someone who's given up on life. Women are either gold diggers or they're boss babes or they want to do their own thing. I'm just getting at what's going on. We're all against one another, whether we want to accept it or not. And although I don't agree with that, I want to point out that society has always somewhat been like this. Whether it was more chaotic in the past or less chaotic, men and women have always had differences, or possibly will always have differences. Sexuality has always been a thing. It just may not be on full display because now we have social media. And it's not to bash social media. Social media for the good, for the good things it can give or value it can produce for people, it has. And when there's always something good, you have to accept that there will be some bad behind it. We don't have perfect situations. Everything is all about balance or being aware that it's never going to be perfect. So as a man, while you're sitting back and you're mad at the world or you're extremely frustrated on these unrealistic expectations of you, you still have to think, what is it about society that's so influential on what you do with your life? And why is it so influential? Why are you giving it so much value? So let's look at, for women, for example. I tell men all the time, or I've said it all the time, rejection is a part of success. When a woman rejects you, don't be mad at her. Actually be glad, because she could have played you, because you possibly wanted her, at least some sense where you was already thinking the future if you would have got her, her phone number and went out on a date and whatever. You did the whole nine. She could have played you, because men can play women, women can play men. So have the right mindset and understand that her rejecting you puts you in a better position. You're getting better at approaching women. I still think men can and should approach women. It's just always what? It's the way you do it. And also, yes, she has to like you. But if you like her, more often than not, we don't fully know if the woman likes us if we don't go and talk to her. We have to approach her. So it's a mindset thing. Don't go in it thinking about defeat or victory. Go in it thinking about, I'm doing what's in my best interest if I want this woman. And win, lose, or draw, whether you get her or not, you're getting better at approaching and going after what you want. You can take that from just approaching women and put it into everyday life, right? You're a little bit uncomfortable when you approach the woman, right? You're going to be a little bit uncomfortable when you're going through life. So you have to understand that's initial approach. But why have you allowed society and its influence to knock you from what your initial approach is? Why are you doing it? Your reasoning. Why are you letting society dictate your reasoning? Women are going to get on social media or get around their friends or even go home and talk to their mother and tell somebody about the guy that tried to talk to them. That's normal. When the last time have you gotten a woman's number, or you went out on a date, or you found out the prettiest girl you've ever seen likes you just as much as you like her, and you haven't told someone? You have at least told your brother, another guy. Now, whether you should or shouldn't do that, that's on you. That's on people, right? But women oftentimes are going to go talk. Don't let that stop you from approaching her, because It's a win-win situation for you, right? But society is going to laugh at you because you don't meet these unrealistic expectations. Not every man is going to be 6 foot plus, have a six pack, make six figures or 7 figures, 8 figures. Now, I think a lot of men we should challenge ourselves to at least be the best we can be when it comes to being in shape. If you're 5'8", you're 5'8". Are you in shape? Great. Are you trying to get more money? Not solely for women, but for you. Great. I mean, those are the little things. Are you taking care of yourself? Do you love yourself first? Great. Society doesn't really have to tell you that. That's something you could do on your own. Don't be mad at society having values when you make decisions based on society and its values. What do I mean by that? You should be in shape whether society tells you to or not. You should want to better your financial situation whether society tells you or not. And if you are always saying, what's the point? Because either you don't have a woman or a family or, what's the point of being in shape? It's for you first. You're supposed to be in shape to give yourself the best possibility to have longevity, health. The worst thing about getting older is being older and you can't move. You have a certain percentage of people that are 70, 80 years old that can still go walk. I've seen 70-year-olds that they're sprinting still. But you still have the ones that their body breaks down because if you don't use it, you lose it. Society shouldn't have to tell you that. A lot of people are going to tell you that. People show you. People are in shape on social media, everywhere. And it's not for you to compare yourself. They want to show off what they work hard for, whether you agree with it or not. But I would say those people, like what I'm saying to you and me, we should do it because we need to, not because society tells us to. Society could have said, go and be broke and be poor. I possibly would have still at least tried to achieve 6 figures or a certain amount of money. We just say 6 figures because it's something about commas and zeros, right? I mean, it's normal. 50,000 is great, but 100 looks better. 200 looks a little better as far as you see it in your bank account. You can see how you can have a little bit more options. The ratio is a little bit different. But it's still the approach of you doing it for you. Society doesn't really have to tell you. Society's going to have its norms, preferences, what people like, don't like. If you spend your whole life trying to appeal to society, you actually appeal to nobody because it's like you try to please everybody, you please nobody. Society is no different because it consists of who? People. A lot of us. It's a lot of us. Billions. You understand what I'm saying? And your situation, depending on where you at, let's talk about the people that are like in America or the UK or any place that's not considered second world, third world. Your issues is somebody else's like celebration. What you're going through that you call hard compared to who? Compared to your neighbor? Okay, let's put it into perspective. Somebody else around the world who's going through society issues, they're looking at you in America and they're saying, damn, this person has a great situation. I would love to be in the situation this person is in. But if you're sitting there and all you're doing is saying, well, society, and you're not saying, but what about me? Even though you live in society, we all make up society. That's on you. It's like we have to embrace being unique, different. They say everybody's equal. I mean, life and death, yes. Human, yes. But as far as equal, you're not as equal. You're not the same person you was yesterday or last week. So stop with the society say we're all equal. You're not equal to yourself a year ago. Let's talk about body dysmorphia and people who just body positivity, but you're obese. Think back when you weren't obese. You're not equal to that person. You, that version of you, you're not equal to that. Whether society is telling you or not, you know that. Let's say you, for whatever reason, you go through something that's unfortunate and you lose out on your finances. It's not as good as it once was. Okay, as far as financially, you're not equal to who you were financially when you was in a better position. It doesn't take society to tell you that. If it's not one thing, it's something. It will always be. Whenever life gives you an opportunity to take some pain, see it as an opportunity to also gain. Because if it's easy, it's probably not going to be that valuable. Whether society tells you or not. Sex is everywhere. Porn, OnlyFans. Okay, it's a lot of things we didn't know about 50, 60, 80 years ago as far as sex. From what I understand, orgies has been around forever. It just wasn't so popular because social media wasn't exposing it. Everything we're seeing today, you can be mad at it, especially if you're a man. I'm really talking to you. You can be mad at it all you want, but it's possibly been going on. Women cheating on men, been going on. Men cheating on women, it's been going on. People make choices. Okay, are you going to make a choice? And if you are, what type of choices are you going to make? Sit back and complain about society? Society is going to be what society is. Society has always been society. You want to know what that is? People doing things. Some of us suffering, some of us not. Some of us winning, some of us losing. Some of us at the top and then go straight to the bottom because of decisions. Some of us at the bottom and go straight to the top because of decisions. I mean, if you're wasting time focusing on what you can't control, then who's controlling what you can control? Society? So it goes back full circle. The one thing you're blaming, you're allowing to be the blame, but also be the reason of you not being where you want to be or doing what you want to do, or should I say, accepting yourself for who you are. It's going back to men. If you're 5'8" or 5'11" or 6'2" or whatever the hell you are, just know you was born that way. Society can say what they want. You can't change that. What can you change? And whatever that is to you right here in the moment, focus on that. But sitting back complaining or sitting back trying to dissect something that's always been, I don't think that's a good approach because society has always been. And if we look at now, 2024 and so forth, versus the past, I would say we're still in the best situation as far as human history. Because if we go in the past, I mean, society, we're talking about, you can forget about not liking what women are doing nowadays. I mean, people in general. And yes, we are still doing that nowadays, but it's the whole point of what can you focus on? What can you control? You can focus on what you can control or what you can't control. It will be formidable for you to not focus on what you can't control. You will suffer catastrophically. You think you're frustrated now. Wait until you get the results of you always putting your energy towards something that is not beneficial for you, but it's entertaining. That's a distraction. Distractions replace our actions, and our actions decide what? It decides everything. Ultimately, our satisfaction. Are you going to be satisfied with your life or not? No. Why? Because your actions are not aligned with what will bring you satisfaction. But why are your actions not Why are your actions not aligned with your satisfaction? Because you have too many distractions. You're suffering in a way. It's discipline. Society doesn't need to tell you to be disciplined to put yourself in a position to where you're not suffering from self-inflicted wounds. But society will distract you. Distractions replace our actions, and our actions decide our satisfaction. Don't play yourself. We play video games. Society will be what society is. You still have to be a man in society.